Girl Scouts. I'm sorry we can't get together to make our blankets. I hope that we can get together soon. What I think I'm going to do is drop off some fleece for you guys to make your own blankets at home. You are probably going to receive 2 pieces of fleece or more if you want to make more than one blanket. They will be about 4 feet by 4.5 feet. So somewhere between 48 inches and 55 inches, something like that. If you receive pieces that are smaller than that, it's because we had scrap fleece and we want to reuse that if we can. And we can make smaller blankets for pets like we did, was it 2 years ago?
I think.
And we'll donate those to shelter. We'll make them either lap blankets. People with wheelchairs might want a smaller blanket, or we'll use them as pet blankets for smaller enclosures for animals. So pretend that this fleece is one of your big pieces of fleece, because you're not going to get it like this already cut. You're going to get it where it's just 2 pieces, and you're going to make the cuts to make the ties on your blanket. And you want to make sure that your 2 pieces have the right sides out. So your pretty sides are facing out. Sometimes when you sew, you put the right sides together and then you flip it. We're not doing anything like that. You want to make sure your right side is out. The fuzzy clear side should be facing up, fuzzy clear side facing down. And you're going to cut it. Again, pretend this is a big piece. You might not have a cutting mat where everything is nice and laid out, so you can use a ruler. And if you measure the first couple of cuts, you won't have to keep doing it. But if you want to come in here, Junie, and you can show kind of what I'm doing, the cuts should be about 1 inch across and 2 inches up. So that's how I like to do it. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go about 1 inch over and try and make your cuts as straight as you can.
Also, like with the right and like wrong sides, like you can actually kind of, if you look up close, you can actually see like different layers. Like one side you can see is thicker and like fuzzy looking at the side, and then the other side is just thin and like rough, not rough, really rough. But
if you look close, you should be able to tell, right? So that's about 2 inches. The main thing is I want to make my cuts even, so that they're about up to the same height as I go. And you go all down your piece of fabric like that, cutting through both layers. Now, you can just come in here and tie these in a knot together, and that's fine. You can tie it once, tie it again, and you'll end up with kind of a big fluffy, ruffly blanket. But something pretty that I like to do is to make a little slit at the top right here through each between the thicknesses, and the easiest way to do that is to bend it. I wanted to show you the easiest way to go on down the line and make these little cuts toward the top of your strips. I'm curling it back with my fingers, and instead of using the tip of it, which was more difficult, I'm coming in like this, and you just have to make sure you're not slicing all the way through. So you just use a little pressure, and you make about a 1/4 inch slit. When you unfold it, it'll be a 1/2 inch slit, and I'm just curling them back and going on down the line. It's much easier to make all of your cuts and then come through and do your knotting. Little cut, curling it back, little cut, curl the next one back, little cut. Okay? Then when you unfold it, your slits are along the top.
Okay.
1/2 inch total, and it's toward the top. And for the first one, I wanted to show you you're coming straight down through the hole. For the second one, what we figured out is you want to curl it back on itself instead of pushing it straight down through. Curl it back and get it through the hole that way. And I kept a pen nearby so that I can poke it through the hole if I need to. And that makes your little knot. And your fingers get quicker at that as you go. And you're just going to keep coming down through here.
Here's what they did on a hospital blanket.
Yeah, this was a blanket Ruby got while she was in the hospital, and every kid who's there gets to keep the blanket. And I like the way they did it. And I would probably make the slits little, like they did here, because they're nice and tidy that way. But, and they also made, they probably did a little bit less than an inch, but you see how their cuts aren't all exactly the same.
I mean, it kind of makes it
And
cool
it's still,
and cute.
It makes it cool and cute. It makes this cool little V pattern, and it lays nice and flat on a bed.